Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a really good one for you today because I am in Venice Beach, California, and haven't been back here since they cleaned the place up at the end of July. So we're going to take a look, we're going to investigate and see what's going on in LA County. Before I do, please take a second, hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, we've got an email list that you can join in the video description below. Please sign up for that. But let's get into it. In July, the county sheriff, Villanueva, or LA County Sheriff, Villanueva, said that he was going to clean up all of Venice Beach and get rid of the homeless people out here. Pretty much they did. And I came on the last day, the end of July, and they cleaned it all up. So we're gonna go and we're gonna investigate and see what Venice Beach looks like right now. And let's get into it. Got the beach. A lot of people out here for a November day, I think. It's sunny, it's hot, it's nice. Also reminds me of another story that you've got where there was a Nordstrom store where a group of 80 people went and ransacked the store. 80 people ransacked the store. Smash and grab robbery, had crowbars, ski masks. It was orchestrated and went in and stole, tens of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. They did arrest 3 people, so hopefully it'll come to a point where you'll get to see what happened and have these people get caught. So as I look out, a lot of people on the boardwalk. As we get closer to the action. But you're seeing this more and more, guys. It's just a real problem where these smash and grab and these group robberies are happening more and more. The street vendors are all open. People are walking around, shopping. They've got a police substation out here. Skate park looks pretty busy over there. We'll go over there for a little bit. Venice Beach has this amazing skate park that's been here forever, and it's absolutely free. Anybody can brave the concrete waves and go out there and ride them. A lot of good people do it, and it always seems to be very busy when you go out here. Also, the roller skating is really popular. I don't know why. I had to do a voiceover because of all the music they were blaring, but it's a fun place. A lot different than Orange County, let's say that. Morgan Stanley, 2 great stories from them. First things first, they're talking about how in April of this year, that they were going to curb inflation and keep it at 2.2%, and then they adjusted it to 5%, which is absolutely insane. And we know that that's the case. Now Morgan Stanley has a brand new story coming out saying, don't worry, they're not going to raise interest rates in 2022. It's not going to happen. So just go about your day. Now, the only problem with this is that part of the story that was analyzing what Morgan Stanley had to say is this, and that is there's going to be a massive drop in the stock market. You're going to see it come out of what they're going to say is left field, but you've been warned about it over and over and over again. By the way, this is not your mom's beach. The smell of weed permeates everything, and I mean, it's crazy. There are a ton of medical marijuana shops here that you can get your card and get everything fixed. So if you've got something that ails you, if your boss yells at you, get a weed card, guys. Your spouse bothering you, get a weed card. But we do not see the massive people sleeping on the beach like you had before. That's the case. Got people walking on the beach with masks on, which makes 0 sense. But it's a nice hot day, and a lot of vendors out selling stuff that you may or may not need. But again, this is all going to come out of left field when it drops to the floor, guys. And even though the whole world's been warning you about this, they're going to act like this is a big shock. Just a reminder, everything in your life, everything, the car you drive, the gas that goes in the car, the maintenance on the car, heating your house, gas, electricity, the food you buy, the supplies you buy, the cleaning products, everything in your life has gone up. Oh, Dan, you're a broken record. All you do is talk about this. It's terrible. It's going to subside. No, it's not. Firewood is at an all-time high. It's gone up 20% since last year. The wood-burning stoves to heat people's houses, those are flying off the shelves. If you can get them, and if you live in an area that you could have a wood-burning stove in your house, it's something that you should seriously look at because they're great to heat and cool houses. But this is something that is only getting worse on a weekly basis, and nothing's being done about it. And to talk about, oh, it's all health crisis related, well, it's not, okay? Now, where I'm at here is north of the port by about 30 miles, so you don't see the ships out there. You know, you've got Santa Monica next to us, you've got Malibu on the other side of that, and life is grand out here, man. Get your weed card and hang out, man. Everything's good. It's great. But everything on it, it's funny, even shirts out here that were, $3 for $20 are now, $15 a piece. So little things like that we saw. Now, you got some people living on the beach, but you don't have the thousands of people. They estimated that there were 2,000 people out here living on the beach, and you just don't have that right now. So the cops cleaned that up and pushed them inland. They pushed them to the shelters, they pushed them to move to other locations, and then they also pushed them to the greatest thing ever, private residences. Now, I get a kick out of this. Imagine the greatest reality show where the Wilsons bring home, 12, 8, 6 homeless people to live with them. Hijinks ensue. Could you imagine that, guys? That's what they did with this last homeless cleanup. Now, there's a few people on the beach right here, okay? But it's nothing like it was a few months ago. A lot more street vendors, a lot of people selling stuff, a lot of people trying to enjoy the beach, okay? But share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. So I had to move the car because I was going to get towed, and thank God I got over there. I moved over to Santa Monica, which is much nicer than Venice, to say the least. To give you an idea, Venice, Santa Monica, you've got the pier with the fun zone over there that you guys always see in the movies and stuff. That's about a mile away from here where I'm standing. They've got this boardwalk that goes out through the sand. That's kind of cool. But one thing I glossed over yesterday that I want to talk about more is the DAO, the Decentralized Autonomous Organization. And these people got together on Twitter and ended up forming a group of 17,000 people and tried to buy the US Constitution. Sotheby's announced that they were going to sell 12 or 13 remaining copies of the Constitution, and these guys said, wouldn't it be fun if we did this? So what this is a group that's basically with, you get together, you vote, you determine who's going to buy something, and you could pretty much buy anything with this. And again, I glossed over it in the last video and said you could buy a sports team, but this is going to be revolutionary, guys. This is going to be something to help you raise money for your business, where you could say, hey, we're going to sell 8% of the company and put it on as a DAO, and you could have money in a week, 2 weeks. I mean, it could be that quickly to raise funds. So the liability, the LLC, and all the stuff that you can do out here with this is going to be very, very new, and you're going to see a lot of this coming in the news. So that being said, I'm glad that these people did not buy the Constitution, because God knows what they would have done with it. This guy that bought it from Citadel is going to put it in the museum for people to enjoy. which is where it should be. I don't want it turned into a bunch of NFTs and people to, share it in ways that it shouldn't be shared. Do you remember Indy Bank, Home Bank, Douglas Bank, First National Bank of Nevada, Washington Mutual, what else? Security Pacific Bank. Well, these were all banks that were open prior to the 2008 crash and basically all went out of business very quickly or overnight, or going to be taken over by regulators and merged with other people to avoid such a mess. Everything they told us back then prior to these banks closing was that everything was great and don't worry about it. Business Insider's got a ridiculous article where they're talking about the stock market. It's going to continue to go up. You shouldn't change your investments. You should continue to invest in the stock market as it shoots up, because even if they raise interest rates, the stock market can go up. Guys, you cannot have it every way. You cannot have it to where this thing is a rocket ship, because even rockets run out of gas at some point, and fuel, hard fuel, whatever. Correct me, guys, because I'm sure you will. But again, how ridiculous this is that things are just going to continue for absolutely ever. Inflation is going to kill everything. There's another article from Business Insider, and as I read this, I'm like, whose side are you on? Our side or nobody's side? And that is that this whole supply chain issue has nothing to do with the health crisis or what's going on in the current economy. It's just a way that the supply chain was set up, and eventually it was going to be broken. Who believes that, guys? Because I don't. So I don't believe anybody believes that. Also, look at all these people out here. This is Santa Monica. We're heading over towards Venice as I walk this way. Much cleaner beach over here. You don't get the permeation of weed over here, and you get families, people hanging out on the grass areas over here, riding their bikes, a different vibe than Orange County, guys, don't you think? Yes. Now, one thing that we're seeing quite a bit of is the motorhomes parked on the street with people living in the motorhomes. This is all over this area right now. Here's a great story from CNBC, and that is Jeremy Siegel, who is a professor at the Wharton School of Business. And he's like saying, hey, enough is enough. One more bad story about inflation or problem with the economy, and he sees this crashing down, and people need to get ready for that. And again, you got to appreciate a guy like this, his honesty, because everybody's talking about how great everything is, and it's just going to continue for the rest of your life, and you're never going to have to worry about anything because it's going to continue to go up, 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 up. And again, the inflationary numbers are sky high. The unemployment numbers, 4.4 million people just quit their jobs, and those people aren't counted on the unemployment numbers because they clearly don't want to work. There's 104 million people that don't want to work right now, but those people are not counted. And again, I think unemployment is well over 20% right now. You guys can agree or disagree with me. Not everybody's starting their own business, okay? So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with all of this. Guys, just a completely different vibe out here. As you walk towards Venice from the Santa Monica side, you still get the weed smell, man. It's just crazy. So, share your thoughts on Venice so far. There's, only a few people sleeping on the beach and living out there that way. It's not like it was. I mean, there were 2,000 people out here at the beginning of the summer, and they clearly cleaned this place out. So there's that. Now, the next thing is autonomous employees for restaurants. Have you ever been to a sushi bar where they have the conveyor belt? I mean, it's fun. The sushi usually sucks. I mean, it's usually like a lower grade lower quality sushi at the mall or something like that that has these places, they're not generally the best places to eat at. That's been my experience with this. But again, that saves an employee. You don't have to have somebody bring the food out. So what you're seeing is robots, and you're seeing companies that are selling these autonomous robots for $17,000 a piece that can take orders, deliver food, and basically clear a table as well. So do you think that this is the future? Because I think that the restaurant industry is just like regular retail, where it is got borrowed time right now, and it is going to have major problems because people are looking to save money. They're looking to stay in business and not sell something that goes out. Food rots, groceries go bad. You've all experienced this. And, to sell something that can go bad quickly, how much inventory do you need? How many times you guys been to a restaurant lately where you walk in there and you want to order something? Oh, we don't have X, Y, Z. And oh, hey, we're out of tomatoes right now. That's happening all the time right now, guys. So share your thoughts on this stuff. I want to know if you think that this is an investment, a positive investment. I think it's years away from being perfected.
Agora a história é o seguinte, quer andar por aqui, você vai.
What I get a kick out of is the dissenting opinions that are not acting like they're dissenting opinions. And I'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Richard Clarita is a Fed president, and he's talking about, hey, this inflation thing may be a problem, and we should do something about it, like tapering and cutting our buying of these assets. Let's talk about it in December. Well, guys, a month from now, imagine that they're going to talk about this a month from now. There's no urgency with any of these people. They're trying to figure out who Jerome Powell's replacement's going to be, if he's going to get a second term or if Biden's going to pick somebody new. I guarantee you he's going to pick somebody new. They're going to blame this disaster on Jerome Powell when everything crumbles. That's what I think is going to happen. And then you've got Jim Cramer, the clown in chief. This guy, and again, Jim Cramer has an investment club. I love these emails because they talk about buying all this stuff. You'd have to be an idiot to buy this stuff. But he's talking about, he is real strong right now on retail and how you should go into airline stocks. Okay, I think that we're going to have a very busy Thanksgiving, but I think it's going to be a disaster as far as the travel is concerned. That's just me. And prices right now are sky high because of fuel costs and everything else. And retail is a disaster. Had my daughter call me today looking for different things for Black Friday and contacting stores. We don't have the merchandise yet. We don't have the merchandise yet. We don't have the merchandise yet. But retail is going to be strong. You can't make this stuff up, guys. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. I really want to know what you think. What do you think of this beach? Okay? Share your thoughts, guys. Santa Monica has a much nicer beach than Venice Beach, without a doubt. Cleaner, safer. I mean, it just is nicer all the way around. Now, one thing that has been a victim of inflationary spikes is a thing called Moore's Law. There's a man in 1965, Gordon Moore, that invented a theory that computer chips and transistors should be able to double the capacity every 2 years. This brings the price down. This is the first time ever that Moore's Law didn't work, because computers have gone up a minimum of 8% during this time, and you're not seeing the doubling of the capacity right now. So, share your thoughts on this stuff. I mean, we're all seeing computers go up and be more expensive right now. I'm gonna end this video with this last thought, and ladies, this one's for you. It was just announced that Paul Rudd, the actor, was just named Sexiest Man Alive. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. Yeah, maybe at the computer fair, that guy's the sexiest man alive. But he's not the sexiest man alive. That's insane, guys. So, oh my God, Jennifer, I went to the computer lab and Paul fixed my Windows 7 computer, and now we're gonna have a date at the Organic Coffee House, and I'm gonna hook up with them in this Subaru afterwards. I mean, come on, Paul Rudd, guys, okay? So, share your thoughts, guys. Want to know what you think. Is Paul Rudd the sexiest man alive? Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget the subscribe button. Please join the email list below. Don't forget that we have a Patreon account that we've had for a year. If you'd like me to consult with your business, your finances, or anything fun like that, let me know, okay? Join the Patreon below. Also, we've got the email list that you can sign up for, plus the Webull promotion is going on. If you want to buy crypto, it's the easiest place on the planet Earth to buy crypto. Get a free account. They give you a free share of stock. You put $1 in the account, actually a penny. If you put anything in the account, they give you another free share of stock. And you can sell it, trade it in, put it right back in your checking account if you'd like. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.